on the show that are actually going to happen this year. So yes, definitely stay tuned for that because these events are going to start rolling out and happening. I've got some events planned, and there's just so many in this area. This is literally the waterfront capital of Texas. That's what we say, but it pretty much is official. Between Galveston Bay, the Bay Area, Clear Lake. I mean, it's just an awesome waterfront area in Houston. I think the Clear Lake area is like Houston's water area, and then you've got all the way up to Conroe, Lake Houston, even out to Lake Livingston. These are all just incredible lakes with incredible people, lots of stuff to do. So there's always something to talk about in or around the water in the greater Houston area that's like 7-8 million people strong. So,
right.
Yeah, wow.
And we're so happy to be celebrating all of that, and of course.
Yes, ready for them to get out.
As we speak right now, I'm looking at one of the probably the most advanced watercraft in the world, a jet surfboard.
Motorized surfboard.
Multiple motorized surfboards.
That's right, man. We got a couple in here, yeah.
I can tell one sign that things have changed, the weather's gotten better. It's kind of our season. Is that they're not all on perfect display. I mean, you can tell they've been used. They've been there. One of them are, it's just recently been cleaned up. I guess some boards are out today, apparently, from what I understand.
Yeah, we did we've been doing some riding in Lagomar Lagoon. We're going to be doing lessons in there soon. We've got dates coming at you. That's going to be literally hopefully this spring break, and then we're actually going to be doing a show at Lagomar to kind of promote what's going on over there, because that's another incredible waterfront venue here in Houston, right there in Texas City, off of 45, about halfway between Clear Lake and Galveston. We were riding the boards in there, which was an awesome, incredible experience. Crystal clear, blue, beautiful water. Yeah, we've got one brand new board in the shop. This customer's supposed to come pick up, and then we've got my old race board, which we're working on, and then we have another customer's board, and then we've got one charging that we rode today in Taylor Lake that we were testing out. Not really testing. We were riding it in the lagoon the other day, but yeah, just getting the first time we've ridden in Taylor Lake for the season and over by the Causeway, which, as you guys know, I love watching or saying the Causeway, right there by the Hilton and Clear Lake Park.
The Clear Lake Causeway.
It's so it's the low water bridge that connects basically, a few different cities together in a way. Clear Lake, Seabrook, Pasadena, Lago, they're all kind of connected by that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nassau Bay.
It's actually also for somebody from the beer business, it's a barrier of beer distribution territories that was decided probably 100 years ago.
That's right, man.
Yeah,
and you said it before, and I love it. And we've got to tell new listeners and guests of the show and things about that, because, like you said, that's a line. And another significant thing is where the old West Mansion was. So just a really, really cool spot. I love driving by the Causeway. I think everybody enjoys coming home from work. Or maybe going to work and just looking out, to their left or to their right, whichever way they're going, and seeing the water. It's an incredible view of Clear Lake right there. And then you've got, I wouldn't say famous, but, Clear Lake Park, which everybody knows. There's been so many events there, and it's on the water. And the tower in the background, the famous Hilton. So, it's a really, really cool just intersection and kind of area. Everybody knows that Causeway.
True.
Yeah.
Even if we're leading the charge about calling it the Causeway. Which I actually love. I'm embracing it. It used to be the Clear Lake Bridge. I love the Clear Lake Causeway.
I don't know. It
makes sense. No. You make a strong argument.
When was it ever officially called the bridge?
Well, I grew up here, and that's all I ever knew it as. But
technically, a causeway is a bridge.
Yeah, true. Yeah. It brings two different cities together, two different beer distribution territories together. It's a causeway.
It is.
And of course, you're right.
A major causeway, if I must say.
Right.
I love the fact that this is a 7-lane road, which I've also brought up. We are on a 7-lane road right now, directly across from the North Shore
on the water
lake, on the water. So really, really cool view, and I can't wait to continue to come live from the studio here and remote from all over this area, which will soon be from a sailboat, on a speedboat, from all sorts of different venues in and around the water that are significant to the water. And, so we have the best of both worlds coming to you live from here on the water and then from all over. So it's been a lot of fun, man. Wow.
There's been many a time where, more than a few times where I've been, traversing the causeway and I look out to my left or right and I see a long-haired fella on a motorized surfboard.
That's right, man. Heck yeah.
And then, of course, on Wednesdays, which is kind of our, obviously today's Wednesday, although we're not quite to sailboat season yet. But the best time is during the Wednesday night sailboat races. It's just so awesome. Going down, sometimes, I'll head down Space Center, hook that left
I almost forgot.
Hook that left
everybody
on.
Everybody knows Wednesday.
Yeah, and then there's all these sailboats in the lake, just such an awesome sight. And of course, it's so well known within the sailboat community nationwide as that
everybody loves it.
Rarely do you get to be so close to the sailboats. Usually they're out, there's tons of regattas out in Galveston Bay, and those are awesome too, but you really want to be in a boat to enjoy those. Here, you can literally be at a restaurant and enjoy the Wednesday night sailboat races. They're so close to the water. And, of course, that's by design.
And we have named off venues that will probably be back in line soon. That Villa Capri,
Barge 295, Cabo,
that are known for people watching.
Water's Edge,
where they start, they end, or in between. So it's And shout out to Villa Capri for being such a strong and long supporter of it all. You mentioned, I think that's where one of the main. I don't know. It's not a judge boat, but whatever it's called. Where they kind of anchor.
Oh yeah, it's where actually, if you go to Villa Capri during the Wednesday night sailboat races, you'll hear commentary.
That's
over
that's
loudspeaker.
Right.
The race official boat docks there.
Yep,
it's
that's
where
okay. That's the terminology.
The after races debrief and party and awards are there.
Yeah,
used to be the Seabrook Beach Club for many years, and then after that got torn down for vertical development that never happened, which we've talked about on this show.
You can go back and listen to other episodes for skyscrapers and Clear Lake development, high rises.
There was a time where this was going to look like Miami Beach.
That's right. But like
back before the 2007 real estate crash
collapse. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That was not a good year in Houston, or at least in Clear Lake.
Or nationwide. Actually,
I
always say, the funny thing is,
I'm just talking about how I don't know how other people are. I'm just talking about how I felt here.
The funny thing is, we fared better than most other parts of the country, especially California, where everybody was upside down in their house. I mean, when it all crashed,
yeah, that was terrible. Ugh.
Yeah, but very dynamic area we live in. Very, we are always the last to feel any negative economic effects and the first to to stop feeling it. So we're very blessed to be here. In the home and human space flight.
I was just going to say home and human space flight on the water. They still bring in major parts of machinery on Clear Lake, which pretty much touches butts up to NASA. NASA.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible that they still use the water that I jet surf on to bring, space equipment. I mean, it's that's a really neat part of the show as well, that we get to talk about that some. That's super cool.
Absolutely. So we've got, we've been kind of waiting
23 minutes. My race number.
Oh yeah.
Which,
okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, jet surf races. I'll touch base on that later.
Was that Michael Jordan's number?
It was, Jordan. I got to go with it, right? Yeah. So, I'll let you go. What were you talking about?
Oh, I was going to say that we've been, I almost forgot. I was so excited about the 23 story.
That's right, man.
But we've been waiting for Texas to get back. We've obviously been doing some mobile shows, but now that things have kind of reopened, we're about to hit the ground running, man.
Yeah, man.
We're about to get hyper aggressive. I mean, we love the Jet Surf, the 4,000 square foot Jet Surf Houston studio and showroom. But we're gonna be doing shows here, inviting people in. But then we're gonna be taking the show on the road again.
That's right, man. Yeah, there's nothing funner than I always say funner, but no, there's nothing more fun than going on the road, going remote, interviewing guests in their element. You know, they're happy to come over here too, and they're happy to meet in the middle. But sometimes, when you're interviewing somebody at a nice hotel on the water or a lagoon in Texas City, it's good to kind of feel their energy out in their own element, where they're home. And, and then we do the whole video aspect. So we like to kind of advertise, where we're at and what they've got going on. And I think that brings a really, really awesome addition to the show, the whole, visual aspect. So when we're going to be doing South Shore Harbor here soon, so spoiler alert on that.
South Shore Harbor is
and then
Resort and Conference Center.
That's right. Lagomar Lagoon in Texas City. South Shore Harbor's in League City. And so these are both cities that are, known for the water.
Yeah.
Big time between the dike to access to the water to just, events on the water. I mean, they're both just, water towns and all, down here in the Southeast Corridor and the kind of Galveston Bay. So those are going to be really exciting shows, and then lots more to come, So there's so many places that are going to be reopening and so many events that have spun off, from last year due to canceled events, and then events that are actually going to happen that were canceled last year. So the hype is huge for people that were, they love, some of these events, Kills and Wheels, they've been going on for so long that people, they miss 1 year, and, they get really hyped up, in between that time. And they've been kind of cooped up as well. Right? So you're going to see a lot of people down here. I think Galveston and Clear Lake, Kemah, Seabrook is going to see, Nassau Bay, tons.
It's going to explode, man.
Tons of people. Yeah.
Now I'm planning on taking the family down to Galveston during spring break next week, and man, I'm just like, it's going to be crazy, which is good. I mean, that's good for everybody.
Did you happen to go to Kemah this weekend?
No, I didn't.
No, I don't go there at night and party on the weekends or anything, but I happened to be there on a Saturday. We literally just went to grab some ice cream, and it was slammed.
Right.
Like, literally, I was like, whoa, Kemah's back. The parking garage at, on the Kemah Boardwalk was actually full to the top. I mean, not the top floor wasn't completely full, but there was cars, normally the parking garage isn't always full. And I've learned how to gauge this. I'm in the business of knowing how many people are in Kemah because of what I do for a living. And so I can drive by and kind of gauge, I know different things to look for. It was pretty slammed. Now, there wasn't a ton of people on the boardwalk. It was a little cool that day, a little bit windy. They were indoors. They were, riding the rides. They were in different, places. There's all sorts of areas over there. But my goal is to get them actually, or enough people to be there where they're actually on the boardwalk. But it was full. It was exciting. So, yeah, I mean, if that was literally the first weekend of March, I mean, don't tell me what May is going to look like.
Right.
I mean, come on. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Too bad it's under construction, but wow, they've made a lot of progress with that too.
They have, and that's, maybe one happy upside, or happy mistake, I guess, or whatever. But
we can still function with that,
while things were shut down, they made a lot of progress on the road on 146.
And I'm excited for I'm looking forward to it so much that I don't even care that it's like a big mess right now, because I'm like, I can see how much progress they made. I can see the vision. I can see how, good it's going to be when it's done. So I'm just ready for next year. I mean, this year it's here. I'm ready to go. But next year, I think the bridge and the construction will be done, and it's like going to be a masterpiece. So that's going to be super cool to see in 2022. But wow, they really have gotten a lot done due to COVID. I think they like sped right through that.
No, it's amazing for, and obviously now I've been out and about quite a bit more than I was, during, I guess kind of the summer last year when, we were still kind of hunkered down and,
sure.
Or spring at least. And I remember the few times I'd get out, I'd just be amazed at how much progress they made. I mean, it's just like, wow.
My girlfriend will just be like, let's just drive by and see how much they did today. Yeah. Literally, because it's been 2 weeks. Let's go look and see the progress, because there's a lot that's been done in 2-3 weeks.
It'll blow your mind, yeah.
Yeah, we drive by every day, but a few weeks go by for whatever reason, and you see it. It's amazing. Yeah. That's going to be like the key to the city. It's going to open it up so much around here. I think it's just going to help my business and the local businesses and